Sykes, Bartrim and Rainey, Michael Smith, Fritz and Hudson. And on the bench for the Tigers, Sampson, Harland, Johnson and Warren. The coach is Graham Stedman. Now the Widnes Vikings, Bruce at fullback, Demetriou, Potter, Hughes and Percival. It's Weston alongside Eaton. Up front, Relf, Cantillon and Stone, McCurry the captain, Farrell and Frame. And a huge boost for the Vikings. Steve Carter, their captain, is back on the bench. O'Neill, Aitchison and Mills. The coach is Neil Kelly. So Widnes, they have lost their last 3 home games. Just 1 win here, remarkably, in 7 all year. Castleford Tigers, for them, consistency is the big problem. They've beaten Saints at home this year, but they've lost to Wakefield, Bradford, Hull, Leeds and Wigan. Referee is Carl Kirkpatrick. It's going to be Widnes who will get this game underway. They will attack from right to left as we watch. And Barry Eaton, with boot to ball, gets this last match of round 13 into action. Next week we hit the halfway point of the Super League season, and who, Steve-O, would have believed that at this stage of the campaign Widnes would be vying for 6th spot.
Yeah, they certainly surprised a lot of people, but Castleford and Widnes realised that this is a desperation game. For obvious reasons, of course, Widnes can take the 6th spot in the playoff, and Castleford, they are desperate to get out of the relegation zone, so it's a pretty important game, and I think that both sides will be extremely nervous.
Bartrim got the pass away at dummy half to Danny Orr. His kick is deep and over the head of the defenders. Chris Percival collects it 15 metres from his own line. It's a good chase led by Ryan Hudson for the Castleford Tigers. Hudson a try in each of his last 2, by the way. This now is Stuart Spruce, the Widnes fullback. His 150th Widnes appearance here tonight in 2 spells for Stuart Spruce. McCurry, captain for the night, with Carter still on the bench. He drove it forward. It's a glorious evening here in Cheshire, and it's the end of the Jubilee weekend, of course. And Castleford are caught offside. He was not standing square, Wayne Bartrim.
Good run, though, by the hooker Phil Cantillon. Realised that they were having all sort of trouble in that defensive lineup. Castleford, it's been a problem, especially of late. You see there that Cantillon went away. No effort to get back to 10. That's a silly mistake, a silly penalty to give away, and obviously Widnes will be looking towards the 2 points on offer.
Indeed so. There is Graham Stedman, the Castleford coach, sitting at the back of the stand and in the sunshine here. And he will be hoping that Barry Eaton actually misses with this penalty attempt, but the first chance for Eaton tonight, and the opportunity here for first points on the board for the Widnes Vikings. And he's managed it. That's Barry Eaton. So Carl Kirkpatrick's penalty gives Widnes the opportunity, gleefully accepted with both hands by Barry Eaton and Neil Kelly alongside Martin Crompton on the sideline. Coaching 1 and 2 here at the Halton Stadium. Their team off out of the traps.
Real confidence boost for this fella Barry Eaton. He can be up and down in the kicking department, often superb in infield kicking, and that's going to play its part. There's no wind here, perfect conditions to play rugby league.
Well, it's a critical month, the month of June for Widnes and their hopes. Halifax to next, then home to Leeds. You'll see that one on Sky Sports, and Salford are due here. That's a big hit by Dale Fritz. Percival, he certainly felt that. Good defence from Castleford early.
Widnes coach Neil Kelly was quite confident that they would do very, very well in their first time in Super League, and I honestly believe, Eddie, that if they win here tonight, I think they're safe. They can kiss relegation troubles away.
That's Troy Stone for Widnes on the 4th tackle, midway inside his own half. Plays the ball to Cantillon. Here is McCurry now. Good run from Steve McCurry.
Done a good job, hasn't he, McCurry, taking over in the captaincy in the absence of Steve Carter. And it seems to have lifted his game. He's had a wow of a season as a big second rower.
Daniel Frame went for the power play then on the last tackle. Not really the right option because Castleford get the turnover just inside their own half of the field. And this is Wayne Price, who's got the Tigers to halfway. He plays the ball to Bartram. Here is Michael Smith. A good run from Michael Smith. The thigh a little bit strapped there, you'll notice, the left thigh. But Michael Smith, one of the form forwards in Super League 7 so far. Nathan Sykes, another good run. The forwards making good ground here. Good solid hard yards up the middle, and it's with Orr now. He gives it to Healy as Castleford find Barry John Mather, and it's wide here to John Wells. First try to the Tigers. The groundwork was put in place, the foundations by the forwards. Then Castleford spun it wide, and John Wells, who's played in every one of the last 4 matches, comes up with his 4th try of the year.
Well, Neil Kelly will be furious in the situation where the loose forward Frame went for the power play, which allowed Castleford to get into this position, and they have made them pay a huge price. Spreading the ball out wide there, beautiful offload. Mitch Healy onto the centre, John Mather, who gave it to the man, and Wells finished it. This is a slow sliding defence. Look how they held back. It was a good delayed pass from Healy, and the big centre, John Mather, fed his wing absolutely superbly. Great strike back, first opportunity for the Tigers.
John Wells with the try. 2 out of 3 now for the winger. A try against Widnes, coincidentally, in March. That, though, in defeat. Wayne Bartram now to try and improve matters. Only a substitute against St Helens when they put up their great performance. Neil Kelly with a little problem maybe to address when the ball is spun out wide. It's a difficult conversion, as you've just seen. He's tight to the touchline here, Bartram. He's trying to drift it towards the post. That's a belting kick, you know. That's a fabulous kick from Bartram. And Castleford are ahead by 6 points to 2 here at the Halton Stadium.
Too much bunching up in the defensive line, and once Healy sent out a rocket of a pass, the use of the dummy runner right across his chest was enough for the centre to feed the winger. And that's excellent rugby league football. He'll be happy with that, and rightly so, and so will the coach, Graham Steadman. As I mentioned before, both these sides coming off nightmare losses last week.
Mitch Healy is underneath the kickoff, tips it inside to Nathan Sykes. Cantillon after him. So too Robert Relf and Steve McCurry. Bartram gets the ball away. This is our first glimpse of Adrian Rainey. 6 games with Hull Kingston Rovers this year, but taking the big step up to Super League. He's wearing number 26 for the Castleford Tigers, playing tonight in their orange jerseys. In possession here with Hudson. 4 tackles gone. Tigers just inside their own half. Healy will drift the kick over the top. Separates the winger Percival and Stuart Spruce, the full back. And Percival, well, he's brought the ball right the way back underneath his own posts. No real progress made forward. Maybe there will be now with Jason Demetriou, who plays the ball to Cantillon. Bit slow in defence there, the Tigers just stood back, but Rainey and Bartram eventually closing Daniel Frame down. Relf, another tough run up the middle, but met by some fierce defence.
And again, we see the no-frills football that Widnes are pretty famous for this season. But
they've got the penalty here, not allowing Relf to get to his feet.
Sykes claiming that he was held down by his opposite, Robert Relf. A silly penalty, produced 2 points for Widnes.
Troy Stone here for Widnes. 32 metres away from the line. Cantillon to McCurry.
Well, I'm sure that Neil Kelly's got the message out to his Widnes players now. Come on, no more power play. Let's make sure that the kick and chase is good.
Eaton, that's a nice little step up the middle, and a very important tackle from Dale Fritz as it turned out. They disentangle themselves, and the ball is played to Farrell. On it goes to Relf. Here is Troy Stone. Back to Relf. Good hands here. Adam Hughes back on the inside to Ralph. Good job that Mather was there.
Great ball and all tackle there by the big centre.
Ralph plays the ball to Stuart Spruce. He's going himself to the line, but forced back by Rainey and also Darren Rogers operating tonight at full-back. Hughes dummy half. Eaton misses out Cantillon. Finds Weston. He finds Farrell. They're running it again on the last. He's lost it. That's the turnover again. Well, is this the tactic for the night from Neil Kelly?
If it is, it's not a good one. Now, the golden opportunity there. The obvious thing to do is to make sure that the kick is good into the in-goal area and make the opposition turn around, apply the pressure. All they're doing really is just making it soft for Castleford to get possession.
2 power plays from Widnes. We've only been playing 9.5 minutes. It's a stat that looked like he might have lost that there.
Well, it's unusual to see power plays so early in a game. We've had 2 in the space of 9 minutes.
Stolen.
That'll be the...
Farrell's arm was in, and it was a 2-man tackle. The ball dislodged from Nathan Sykes. Just gets the elbow to it there.
I think he may be badly done to here. Farrell, perhaps, he's doing the tackle. Oh, well, he lifts it up. Probably thought he would con the referee, Carl Kirkpatrick. Not to be. And again, the power play and the infringement has allowed Castleford to launch yet another attack.
Yes, deep inside Widnes territory. This is Rainey again. Adrian Rainey. He played for Wests and Parramatta in Australia, but arrived at the Jungle via Hulkingston Rovers, as I said. And Bartram is in at dummy half. This is Nathan Sykes. Widnes defence just standing a little deep. Bartram dummy half. They come down the short side with Michael Smith.
Much better defence there.
Important tackle that by Hughes and Weston. Barry John Mather is the dummy half. Healy. Little gap there for Healy, and a good kick out wide looking for Wayne Price. If he catches that, he scores.
Great opportunity there, just bombed. But what a great leap. Jack in the box, this fella. Whoa! And he was very unlucky, really. Had the opportunity to pluck that ball in. Oh, great and brave effort there.
It was Dimitri just did enough, and there was I think a foot in there by a Castleford player at the play of the ball. That is no longer allowed. It was Michael Eager. That was wiped out a few years ago. Defending players cannot strike for the ball, and there was it's just actually
accidental
little nut there as he
with his knee.
Well, accidental or not, it was a penalty.
Well, it's end-to-end stuff, but surely Widnes will refuse to run the power play anymore.
Troy Stone, good strong run.
That'll be a
loses
penalty.
It. It is a penalty. Stolen. They'll surely go for the 2.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of pressure on the man with the whistle, Kirkpatrick. Some of his friends know him as Carl.
Captain Kirk.
Well, he wants to be the boss. He's made that quite clear. It's been a bit messy in and around the play the ball area, and not surprisingly, the official just a little word with Danny Orr, the captain. Mentioned Danny already. He's had a pretty slow start to this season, and we all know the importance he is to this Castleford side. And he was trying to lift his charges.
He played here for Emerging England some time ago.
Amazing thing is, it's not just a coincidence that when he plays very well, so do the Tigers.
I'm going to raise a point with you about Danny Orr in a moment when we see this Barry Eaton penalty. This to cut the lead to 2 points. Eaton looks like he's brought his shooting boots with him tonight. Widnes 4, Castleford 6. Just a point about Danny Orr. He is the youngest captain in the Super League. He is only 24 years of age. Do you think captaincy and 24-year-olds go hand in glove? I was just saying, do you think that captaincy and youngsters like Danny Orr, do they go hand in glove?
I don't think so, but it often is utilised by the coach to try to lift them a little bit higher. But I often think that if you give them too young, it can be too much responsibility. and I think it affects their game. And it would be interesting to see if Graham Steadman, maybe in this second half of this competition, that he may take that responsibility away from him.
Of course, a lot of people would probably agree with Steve on that, but the man who maybe belies the fact is Andy Farrell, Wigan and Great Britain captain. I think he'd only just about got the key of the door when he captained Wigan. That should have been a penalty. That was, first of all, it was never played, and it was Nathan Sykes was all over Anthony Farrell. Referee letting one or two little niggly things go away here from him. Look at that.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean,
it's a penalty.
Yeah, Sykes it all over the leg, and yeah, you do mention the fact that Andy Farrell at a very, very tender age, but even then, Eddie needs an early start. I often thought he tried to do far too much rather than be a team player.
Here now is Nathan Sykes. Danny Orr. Oh, that's a great run from the skipper. And he's going to get there, Danny Orr. Well, maybe that answers a critic or two. He's not given it yet.
Well, we just have a look at that last pass.
I can't see why not.
Whether there's any obstruction on the Widnes tackler.
Maybe he's looking for a slight shepherd.
Yes, was there any obstruction at the last pass on the Widnes would-be tackler?
Well, there's someone definitely grabs hold of Anthony Farrell. Now, there's Farrell just on the side of the... Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a deliberate push. I think it's from Adrian Rainey. This could be no try. Well, that's a shame. I mentioned the fact that he's had a slow start. There was nothing slow about that break, was there? I think it's going to be no try.
Well, there you are. That's just what you know. Danny Orr given the try. The video referee deciding there was no case to answer in terms of obstruction.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it, how the video refs look at a different situation. It looked to me as though Farrell was definitely taken out. I know he was a long way away from Danny Orr. It's been extremely controversial, hasn't it, this year with the options in regards, and you can see there, as far as I'm concerned, that Farrell was impeded. You see it better from the wide shot. Now watch Farrell. What, he lunges for him, and he holds back his shirt. Now, how on earth has the video referee given this try? We saw an incident with Andy Farrell at Bradford, remember? They had him for an obstruction, and he never touched the man.
He was right in the centre of the action. He was a long way away from that play. Bartram, meanwhile, adds the extras, but he certainly pulled the jersey.
Yeah, he would have got it a lot closer.
12-4, Castleford over Widnes at the Halton Stadium.
I cannot believe that the video referee has given that try. Nothing could be taken away from the skill from this fella. And they say he showed amazing speed there. And that will lift his game.
And of course, Danny Orr will be looking for a place in the Yorkshire Origin side, just as he had last year. And he will be pushing his claim for place in the Great Britain squad to tackle Australia, and then at the end of the year the New Zealanders. The tour dates have now been announced for that.
As you say, Eddie, a golden opportunity, and maybe that lift, scoring that try, raced away 35 metres on the angle. Showed amazing pace.
He did, and Castleford ahead 12 points to 4. Some would say controversially. What say you, Phil Clark?
Well, it was a dubious try, but at this time of the year, I suppose players with pace take advantage of breaks and turn them into tries. That's exactly what Danny Orr's done. You talked about him last year playing for the Yorkshire side.
He's just got a 40-20 there, Phil, I think.
Well, I'm just going to make the point.
Yes, it is.
And he was in the sensational form at this stage in last year, but then hit by injury throughout the second half of the season. There's also, in the look in the Castleford side today, Nathan Sykes and Ryan Hudson, two other players who may feature for Yorkshire. As we enter June, the weather starts to get warmer, the ground's hard, and the games get a little bit faster, and players with pace really can take advantage, perhaps from this scrum.
A great kick from Danny Orr. The Widnes players not terribly happy, but he was certainly within the 40 mark.
Well, they were complaining that it just dissected on that angle. But the video referee, yet again, not certain about his ruling. And it's getting a little bit scrappy here, and that's good refereeing by Kirkpatrick. He's settling things down.
It's with Orr, and he takes the return pass from Smith. That's an obstruction.
Well.
Michael Eager.
Didn't need the video ref for that one, did he?
That is a bit different to the last one, Steve, with all due respect.
Oh, so he has to go backwards then. He can just hold on to his shirt and that's okay.
I agreed with you about the shirt, yes. Well, look at the penalty count. It's huge in Widnes' favour, and that's good play there as the ball is spun through the hands, and this is Daniel Frame, but that's very good tackling. Healy could have been done for a flop then. Good tackling by Dale Fritz on Frame. Weston, inside it goes to Relf.
Pretty quick defence as well from the Tigers. Led up for this one. Not surprisingly, 2 quick tries, 12-4 in the lead.
Anthony Farrell, though, for the Vikings. Oh, not the knees of Dan Potter.
Took his eye well and truly off the football then. Neat little inside. He was looking for it, was Farrell. And Mr. Potter just had a little look at Mr. Eager. Only 23, this kid. And he plays in number 23, but that's a bad mistake. Neil Kelly will be a bit upset about this.
Well, 31-24 it was at the Jungle 3 months ago, as Widnes claimed their first Super League win of the season. Remarkably, they were 30 points to 8 up at half-time. There was a bit of a fight back from Castleford in the second 40. They couldn't get the points on that occasion. And here is the head-to-head. Now, it doesn't shape up too badly there for Castleford, but look here at this place. Just 4 wins since 1973. And head-to-head in the Super League, well, they've only played the once. That was the game I've just referred to last March. But Castleford, when you look at that statistic, they actually have won their last 2 visits to this ground. It was called Norton Park in those days. We're midway through the first half here. They're leading this by 12 points to 4. And it's with Healy, who will hoist the kick to the corner. Be diffused, surely, and is by Percival.
Far too long from Healy. Good opportunity, and well, Percival was running about 100 miles an hour, and the referee wouldn't let them take the tap.
Well, the Widnes crowd are getting a little impatient. They are claiming that Castleford players are standing in an offside position at the play of the ball, and they're barracking Mr. Kirkpatrick to take a look at it.
Well, Widnes have to play the ball a lot quicker than what they're doing.
And he's standing a very, very deep 10 metres, by the way. He's on the 40-metre line now. That's 13 metres at least in my book. Oh, the kick from Weston. He was clattered, though, by Fritz. Touch judge maybe had a look at it and decided nothing to worry. It's a tap on the 20-metre mark coming up for Castleford. He was committed, to be fair.
Not only committed, there's a big problem for Danny Orr. He's limping. They didn't get the penalty, but they could have come up with something more beneficial, sadly to say, if you're a Tiger fan, but he's in a lot of pain, is Danny Orr. That would be a bitter blow.
Well, let's get down to Bill. I think he's got news of Danny Orr.
It's the right knee for Danny Orr, and he just took a knock in back plate and is flexing it at the moment. As we can see, treatment from the physio. I think it's just a bang on the knee, and he should be able to shake it off.
Knock on by Ryan Hudson. Solid defence from Relf, and Hudson didn't like it.
Well, it's scrappy, and it didn't surprise me that it blew up. This is what happens when frustration comes in, especially on behalf of the Widnes side, who they claim that the Danny Orr try shouldn't have been. There's obstruction involved. Farrell was held back, and it's things like that that you just lose concentration. Don't worry about the rules of the game. You just like to take it into your own hands. So it's a pretty open-handed affair, isn't it?
Well, the knock-on went against Ryan Hudson.
He didn't throw a punch. Right.
Well, Ralph got himself involved.
Anthony Farrell out, and I'll bring the number 9 out for some of what happened in back play before Fuzz! Wayne!
He wants Anthony Farrell, and he wants Wayne Bartram. This has got nothing to do with what we've just seen, by the looks of it.
Well, listen. We're talking about something that went on in back play that such as is reported. I don't know what that was. Let's just tidy it all up. Let's sort it out. I'm going to penalise Widnes for the offence at the play the ball.
Well, it was a knock-on against Ryan Hudson, and then there was an offence as they got to their feet, and he's given the penalty for something that went on.
There's Bartram.
There's the knock-on by Hudson.
Yeah.
And there's all this schmozzle.
And this was nothing to do with what occurred.
And then, well, there's Farrell involved, and
there's anything in back play? I never saw anything. There's Farrell. He's just having a stroll through, and then when Mr. Rell says it's involved, then he just goes to help.
Well, the referee took the report of his touch judge. Castleford got the penalty, and this is them on the first tackle, and Bartram switches the angle of the attack, and Rainey on the run. And the referee shouting to witness Big Ten, and he's certainly keeping a very Big Ten. Fritz to the 10-metre line. We can only stand them now next to the post, and that's what he's doing. And this is Michael Smith. And Michael Smith thought about offloading, had to take the tackle in the end. Michael Eager, Nathan Sykes, Rogers, he hands it on to Orr, Mitch Healy.
He took a gamble there.
Eaton went for the intercept. Weston rather went for the intercept. And a knock-on is the result.
Well, he came out of the blocks, didn't he? Craig Weston. Woof. Took the big gamble. And that's where the knock-on came. Deemed that he tried to pass it and it ricocheted off his arm. Graham Steadman. Not too impressed about that, though he'll be pretty pleased about the scoreline.
He will, 12-4. He's had a very busy weekend as Mr. Steadman, moving house.
You know a lot of things. Did you get the contract?
I tried to put him in touch with the right people, but...
Are you moonlighting?
David Mills, the crowd lifts when they see this fellow appear.
And that's a good move by the coach, Neil Kelly.
And here is a bolter for the Lancashire side in the origin. Mills, McCurry. Oh, it's getting tasty. And Cantillon under pressure loses it. And Rainey...
Well, Rainey said blow up, ref.
Well, he should do, because he's not got over the advantage line.
Well, he wasn't going to move.
I know.
Well, that's a flop.
Yes, O'Neill is penalised for the flop. Second man in.
You flopped him. You flopped him.
Well, I think he's going to have quite an evening, Mr. Kirkpatrick, the official.
Nothing unusual in that.
Hey, come on, let's get back on the game. Back on the game, Ryan. You've had your say now.
Castleford Tigers, by the way, ended last year with 6 straight defeats. And they finished 8th last year. And Graham Steadman's been in charge for a year this month. This, by the way, is his 35th game in control, and he suffered 20 defeats. The penalty count is now starting to level its way up. Sykes. Big hit. Good hit too by David Mills. Bartram and Danny Orr. And here's Hudson.
Oh, he's in there again, Mills, working overtime.
But Hudson did well, and the attack continues. Barry John Mather. And that had to be a good tackle from Adam Hughes, and it was. John Wells, scorer of the first try, to Mitch Healy. Mitch Healy then to Hudson. Good defence again. Mills certainly puts himself about, just like his dad. Danny Orr appeals for forward, not agreed with. That was knocked on by Rogers. Spruce has it for Widnes, and he will make a quick play the ball. And here they come.
I think that's the first time I've seen Spruce have possession of the football in attack. They're in the 27 minutes. Gives you some idea that the lack of pressure that Widnes have applied to the Tigers. Remember, within 9 minutes, had already opted for 2 power plays.
They're watching Adam Hughes very closely, Castleford.
Well,
so they should.
It's a big clash between Barry John Mather and the man you've just mentioned.
Here's Julian O'Neill.
Certainly different styles.
Well, none of the Castleford defensive line got back with the referee then. Chip over the top. Rogers operating as full-back. But he has some speed, does Darren Rogers.
That's another facet that surprises me about this Widnes attack. I know that Rogers, normally a winger, pretty solid anyway, but they really haven't tested him. And that's why I was surprised at it, with a makeshift fullback on the Tigers side, that they've gone for the power play.
Here's Rainey again.
They're getting a bit high. Just got away with that one, did Julian O'Neill.
Danny Orr now, and it goes wide to Michael Smith. Oh, what a run from Smith. He's got Danny Orr in support. Danny Orr's got Mitch Healy with him. Should have released the pass, loses it.
Yep. Golden opportunity. Great work from Smith. Danny Orr, though, he's back to his best. Swinging arm, it's getting lively.
Oh, he had Mitch Healy on his shoulder, but the opportunity was created by Michael Smith. He just bounced Barry Eaton out of the way. Well, that's an opportunity blown by the Tigers. Can Widnes really make them pay? 29 minutes gone. Castleford ahead by 12 points to 4. Last match of round 13 of the Tetley Super League 7. McCurry is on the burst. He's got Stuart Spruce in support. Spruce has got Canterland. Spruce has backed himself against Wayne Price. And Spruce just ankle tap, gets up and scored, does he? He does now. Scores the try.
He'll give the... Oh, he's going to have a look. He wants to see whether ball carrying arm and the momentum had stopped. It was a wonderful effort, though, by Wayne Price. Doesn't score there, but is spun around by Eager, and he scores there. That's try time as far as that's concerned. But what about the tackle earlier than that? They're not looking at it. They're quite convinced. It's TOI.
Try it is for Spruce. His 150th Widnes appearance. He is the captain on the field tonight. Steve Carter on the sidelines, and he has marked his occasion. It's a second spell for him, of course, in this part of the world, but that's his 7th try of Super League 7. What a comeback for Stuart Spruce this year.
And what a break from this fella, the big second rower, Steve McCurry. Well, this is only the second time in attack that this guy's had the football. Yeah, he slipped away. Eager tried his best, but the experience told, kept hold of that football. Not the best defence. Take nothing away from this. The pass was superb. Sucked the full back in. And the man who midway through last year, or in fact earlier of last year, they thought his career had finished. He was on the scrap heap. Not anymore. He's bounced back this season.
Yes, we were at Odsall the night that Stuart Spruce said farewell. And it looked as though he was finished. He was injured at Hull, but his shoulder obviously has had some surgery, and he's back to his best. And that's a disappointing kick in the end from Barry Eaton. Stuart Spruce is Widnes' leading try scorer in Super League, and that try took some scoring. And there is Jim Mills, by the way, the legendary Widnes figure, watching son and heir, David, and making a very good fist of it as well.
Yeah, such a laconic character, I can tell you. He's been around and sort of made an impact, should I say, in the years that he was playing.
But every time he went to the disciplinary committee, he claimed mistaken identity, Steve-O.
Well, he used to always say, I got there as quick as I could. But I posed the question, you know, I said, how do you feel that the youngster's doing? And he says,
there he is, by the way.
He said he's doing okay.
He is doing okay. David Waite, by the way, the Great Britain coach, is here tonight. No doubt running the rule over some candidates for the Origin Series. This is Julian O'Neill for Widnes.
Well, if ever a try was needed...
There's David, there's Dad. Proud Dad watching on.
Saying if ever Widnes needed to come up with a try, it certainly was then. They were very scrappy, they were losing control. And so this Castleford side.
And this fellow, Steve McCurry, is making an enormous impact. Again, as he has done for much of this season, he has earned rich praise from his coach, Neil Kelly.
Well, he gave away a penalty there, Rainey, and of course he was the man involved in that incident where they held back Anthony Farrell to be denied by the video referee. So, I mean, talking points about this first half.
Weston to frame and wide to Potter. Eager is there though.
One of the best defenders in Super League is Eager.
Well, suddenly Widnes are on the front foot, and this is Anthony Farrell driving towards the line.
Now will Cantelan go on his own?
Well, he needs one try for 100 for Widnes. That's a great ball to Mills. Just held up short. He's saying he's got the ball down.
Well, did he go for the second movement? Perhaps he was better served not even trying.
This is Weston, and that's the fifth and last, says referee Carl Kirkpatrick.
Surely they'll kick.
Well, Stuart Spruce has it. No, they're running it. Eaton and McCurry dumps the ball back. They keep the ball alive brilliantly. Weston will hoist the kick. This is an opportunity. And he's got it, has Demetrio. Jason Demetrio plucked the ball out of the hands of Wayne Price. And the try is given. No need to refer that one. Jason Demetrio, 6th try of the season for him. It's level pegging at the Halton Stadium.
Well, controversy reigns yet again. Mills goes short, and does he make the second effort? And if he does, then that really should have been a penalty. Or was the ball carrying arm down? Now the referee's there. He's got to make a decision that it's either a try or it's a penalty. And from this, they did well. Why they go for the power play yet again? Maybe this will convince Neil Kelly to stop all his power play system and go for the kick, because it's come up trumps, hasn't it? Demetrio, this is the incident. He grabs it there. Bang. He's still got it. That's double movement. That should have been a penalty. It's on the whitewash, and how on earth Carl Kirkpatrick has allowed that to get away. Look at him, that's his feet there.
Well, Rogers pushed him back.
He was only a gnat's leg away from him, wasn't he?
He was. And this is the kick to put Widnes ahead. And he's kicked it. Barry Eaton has kicked the goal from Demetriou's try. And Widnes have a 14-12 advantage.
Well,
but should the try have been allowed?
No. And neither should Danny Orrs. So at least the scales of justice are level, brought about by the inability for this man to blow the whistle. It was clear to everybody. And as I say, you could have got a cigarette paper between them both. His feet was so close to it. Well taken though. Demetriou took it with style. And what a change around.
Well, he's made a bit of an impact, hasn't he, young Mills? He's doing his cause for a call up to the Origin. No harm at all here.
Well, I hope they do.
Well, they need a bolter or two.
Not only that, we've got to start giving the youngsters, give them a go.
Barry Eaton now. Tackled by Ryan Hudson. 4 minutes to half-time. Widnes with a wet sail here. They're coming home towards the half-time siren. It's with Weston. 10 metres inside his own half. Ryan Hudson was a bit slow. Here is O'Neill, shoulder to shoulder with Fritz. Such an important man, Dale Fritz, to the Castleford cause. He's 32 years of age. The kick is allowed to bounce by Rogers and Wells. They're all offside, Widnes. They were all ahead of the ball when the kick came in.
That's good refereeing. There's only two behind him when he got the ball away.
Now, if Rogers had touched this, it might have been different.
The other four that was coming late, perhaps they would have been okay. But the winger committed himself. Well, it'll be a relieved Tiger camp.
Well, it's a real 4-pointer this, Stevo. If Castleford win, they really do close the gap on Widnes.
Oh, he dropped it.
Dropped it, did Sykes. He's claiming he was being interfered with.
And to be fair, there has been a lot of that in this first half. But I don't think there was anything wrong there. He just lost control of it, did the big fella. Well, I said it would be quite nervous and can often be a bit scrappy, Eddie, when they're fighting for their lives. Widnes realise, and also their coach Neil Kelly, is that if they can get this win, they're pretty safe from contesting the wooden spoon.
Well, in the programme he thinks there maybe are 2 wins away from that, but I'm with you. I don't think another victory would see them in any sort of trouble at the bottom. Mind you, there's a long, long way to go, as we know.
Great strength there from Anthony Farrell.
He had to have. It was Eager who was all around him. Julian O'Neill takes the next tackle. Tackle number 3, this set of 6. Castleford at the moment just can't get the ball. Mills.
No frills. Rugby League football yet again from the Vikings.
McCurry. A great offload.
Beautiful pass.
Cantillon away from Rogers, away from the second man. Couldn't get away from Rogers second time. Last tackle here. Spruce. They're running it again. It's with Weston. There's the little dab. Rogers tidying up.
Ooh, so close there. And I think it's Mitch Healy.
Great defence.
Piling in. Well, Neil Kelly sent out the sub. The young fella David Mills, he obviously said to him, listen, let's liven it up there, let's step up a gear. He's done that.
Space here for Michael Smith. But Farrell gets to him. Shouting from the touchline is the coach Neil Kelly. It's a good set of 6 this by Widnes. They've penned Castleford back to 30 metres away from their own line. That's a good kick though from Healy. Relieves the pressure. Now, what's the chase like? As Dimitriou takes it forward, Eager was the man who led it.
Nothing silly now. They go to the half-time break. Well, at one point it looked as though the Tigers were going to run away with this quite convincingly.
Good run from Cantillon. We have 15 seconds of the first half remaining. Maybe time for 2 more plays of the ball. This is Daniel Frayne. He gets to the halfway line. This surely will be the last play of this first half. Widnes know they've got 5 seconds remaining. Will it be the kick? Yes, it is. A little dab through. Healy is there and gets it. There's the siren. Good half. A good half of Super League Rugby League from these 2 sides. Neil Kelly's men were trailing 12-4 after a quarter of an hour. But Widnes, their never say die spirit has come to the fore again, and they turn round at half-time with a 14-12 scoreline in their favour. Well, a Widnes win, and they're in the top 6. A Castleford win, and we have 8 teams realistically with hopes of a top 6 playoff. If Castleford lose, they could become embroiled in the relegation. And Dean Sampson has also joined in the fun. We'll get all the details of the changes made by the 2 coaches, if any, in a few seconds' time. Wayne Bartram, though, gets the game back in motion. Underneath it was Weston, and here is Steve McCurry. Do you anticipate, Steve-O, that the second half will follow a similar pattern to the first?
Yeah, I think it will. I think both coaches will have instructed the sides to make sure that they cut out the silly mistakes. There was quite a few penalties in that first half, and I think Neil Kelly would have, well, he'd been persuaded with the fact that the Dimitriou try came late in that game from the kick. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Well, we've praised him highly, and he comes up with a drop ball. Just lost it. He tried to roll it back, tried to be a little bit too smart. He'll learn from that.
Scrum forms then, centre field, midway inside the Widnes half. There are the confirmation of the changes. Sampson and Harland have come on, and this is Michael Eager. Important tackle by Farrell. He stopped the momentum. Frame finished him off. Danny Orr, the dummy half, and here is Rainey. Wayne Bartram scampering into dummy half. Michael Smith taking over. Interesting line about Michael Smith. He's hoping that Gary Freeman will pick up the tape of this match down under in Australia. Apparently gets all the Sky Sports matches, and Michael Smith hopes that the New Zealand coach might just give him an opportunity to play for the Kiwis in the series that's upcoming in the autumn after Super League is done and dusted.
Well, he's certainly been playing well enough. Great offloader of the football.
Here's Michael Eager. Good tackle low down. That was by Dan Potter. Wayne Price, it's the last one. Or with the kick, Barry John Mather is tall. Flick ball back. This is John Wells. Wells trying to get it away to Haaland and does. Haaland gets it away to Mather. Mather is in touch. Flag is up.
Good effort though.
There's good stuff from Castleford. Very good defence though, just the same. And Percival doing really well.
Well, it's a good option, isn't it, when you've got Barry John Mather well over 6 foot, and they kept the ball alive, and he came on the loop, and then it just touched the whitewash before he got his fingertips to it. Would have been a contentious decision, perhaps, from the video referee if he had to call for it.
2.5 minutes, second half gone. Wonder what was said in the dressing room's half-time. Bill?
Well, Eddie, neither coach very happy with their team's performance in that first half. Neil Kelly saying that his side played poorly. They know they played poorly, didn't stick to the game plan, and they were, to use the popular expression these days, out-infused by the opposition. But Cantillon showing just the sort of enthusiasm that Neil Kelly wants from his side. Castleford looking to get back to the enthusiasm they showed in the first 20 minutes when they took this game by the scruff of the neck. They've let Widnes back into it, and they're trying to re-establish their domination now.
Oh, good hands here from Widnes. Terrific stuff. This is Barry Eaton trying to get inside Danny Orr, clattered in the end by Dean Sampson.
Will he go for the 1 point, or will he kick for the corner?
It's the last tackle. It's with Weston. They're running it again with Frame. And here now is Potter. Little stab through by Potter. Wayne Price has lost that.
That's a knock on. They'll get the head and feed. Graham Steadman far from impressed. They held back slightly. Price did his job, went for it, but went over the top. An example there, you've got to get your body between the onrushing players and the football. Failed to do that. As soon as he won the impact, he lost it.
So Widnes with a great opportunity here. They've got head and feet at the scrum 10 metres away. Eaton gets the possession, finds Weston, and Darren Rogers stood tall in defence, helped out by Lee Haaland. Eaton dummy half. Oh, McCurry just lost his footing but still was able to get back and have another little go. Cantillon, back it goes to Eaton again. Here is Daniel Frame, good movement. Anthony Farrell, high from Bartrim.
Yeah. And this will be a gift 2 point, surely. With frustration coming into his play. No doubt about it. Right in the chops there from former Australian hooker. Bang. Picked him out. Didn't miss him either.
Bartrim.
Well, in discipline.
He'll be interested in Queensland against New South Wales, obviously. In the morning, live, Sky Sports, 10:30. Graham Steadman, part of the Great Britain setup. He'll also be interested, I'm sure.
Not at this point in time, Eddie.
No, in the morning, when this one's put to bed. And Neil Kelly knows his goal kicker here. Barry Eaton has the opportunity to make it a 4-point advantage for Widnes 5 minutes into the second half.
Well, he's gone the way of the first half as well. It was this fella that potted over a very early penalty to put the Vikings in front, and then for some unknown reason, as I mentioned at half-time, that Widnes decided to run the power play when really they wanted to get the momentum to go forward. They should have had a good kick and chase game, and I think they paid the penalty of that. It'll surprise me, Eddie, if they do exactly the same in this second snap.
Well, Eaton has scored and played in each of the last 5 before tonight, and the record is very much intact here, and Widnes are ahead 16-12. Neil Kelly, this is his 200th match as a coach at club level, 5 years at Dewsbury. This is his 13th game in the Super League, and 50% success rate so far.
Michael, Donny.
Yeah, you've got to take your hat off to him, haven't you? I mean, it's without being disrespectful to the Widnes squad here. A lot of people thought perhaps they didn't have enough talent and especially enough depth, but they really have stunned the rugby league world with some of their efforts this year.
And McCurry, who came on the short journey from Warrington to Widnes for this season, has been playing like a man possessed this year.
Amazing thing about McCurry, Ed, is that you know, he's still only 28. He appears as though You know, it seems as though he's been around for yonks.
He has. He made a debut here at 16 for Widnes years and years ago. So he has been around for years, but he is a very young man, you're right.
You'd know.
Oh, leave him! Get off me! Make the 10, come on!
Eaton to his feet, Cantillon. Here's the man we've just been talking about, McCurry. Punishing runs up the middle from this fellow.
Well, he takes it so short, gets over the advantage line. It means that the Tigers, they're on the back foot all the time. Oh, that's a good kick. Just a little bit too long. Been around long enough as Darren Rogers to know the foot over the side as you boot it away. You know, that rule, I've felt for quite some time now that it should be changed. I think that if an opportunity to bring the ball back into play, you should. You should force the players to play in the field of play, not to stop the passage of play.
Bartrim to Sampson.
I pose the question that how fit will Danny Orr be? He took a really bad knock on that knee.
Oh, and Smith, for the umpteenth time, has just put his hand on the chest of Barry Eaton and pushed him out of the way. It was a good job that Potter and Farrell were there. Orr there to Rogers. That's the fifth and last this set of 6 for Castleford. Danny Orr is the dummy half. And there's the high-hanging kick from Mitch Healy. A real test for Percival, but he stood up to it well, with Wells looking for something, but he was safe as houses. Here's Adam Hughes now.
Well, the technique wasn't all that good. He was back to the opposition, always dangerous. See, he twists in the air.
But it stuck.
So it did. Oh, that's pretty lovely from Dino.
Cantillon. Real box of tricks when he wants to be. Phil Cantillon needs 1 try for 100 with Widnes. Had a remarkable year last year, 48, a record scoring effort in a season from a forward. There he was at dummy half, gives it to Eaton under pressure from Haaland. He gets the kick away. Now then, Wells is going to have to run this back.
Well, they're the right tactics this half from the Widnes side. Not looking for the power play and making themselves get into a good position. The defensive quality has been pretty good and solid, especially in and around the ruck area. We haven't seen many runs from Wayne Bartrim.
Rainey, there was nowhere for him to go. There is Bartrim at dummy half. Healy gives it out and finds the captain Danny Orr, who in turn finds Haaland. It's now with Eager. He's being forced to the touchline. Great defence from Jason Demetriou.
Wonderful example of the sliding defence. Pretty tight in the middle as the ball comes across. They all shift across. All you do is you just offer him one option, and that's straight over the sideline.
10 minutes of this second half gone now. We've been talking a lot about the state of origin in Australia, but don't forget we have the Origin Series ourselves this year coming up. Again, it's Friday the 14th of June at 8 on Sky Sports 1, Lancashire, Yorkshire. That is at Wigan, the first game. And the second game in the series is over at Headingley, Yorkshire, Lancashire. 7:30 start, Sky Sports 1 on the Tuesday the 18th of June. And if you need any other information about the Origin Series, other than the dates and venues, 0113 232 911 is the information, is the number actually of the Rugby Football League in Leeds, and they will give you all the details that you might require.
Well, you mentioned the fact that David Waite's here, Eddie. It's this Origin Series has, well, added bite, isn't it? Because if you don't play, unless you're a top quality player and injured,
genuinely injured, that's right,
then you won't be selected and you won't be on that plane.
Cantillon!
He could be.
Great try, Cantillon. That's the 100th try of Phil Cantillon's Widnes career. Breathing space now for the Vikings. Cantillon, so dangerous. You only offer him the sniff of a chance, and Phil Cantillon makes you pay. Number 100 for him. More importantly for Widnes, it opens up daylight between them and the Tigers.
Well, maybe this guy is a real outsider for a chance to actually play in that state of origin. but that is extremely good play, isn't it? That is top quality. We mentioned the fact he was having a good game, and that is super. Wow. Knows the way to the try line, as Eddie has already explained.
What a great record, though. 100 tries in 113 appearances for Widnes.
Phenomenal.
Well, Wigan don't often let stars escape, but this fellow is one of them. All right, a lot of those tries I know were scored in the Northern Ford Premiership, but tries still have to be scored, defences still have to be breached, and he's done that now 100 times for Widnes. Eaton. Oh, that could be a costly one. That could be a costly miss. 20 points to 12. Castleford still with hope.
He knows it too.
And so does he, Graham Steadman, with Mark Lennon alongside him there, the injured stars.
Is that the lifeline that Graham Steadman and his Chargers were looking for?
Some talent there. There's Andy Lynch as well.
He won't be pleased, Eddie, though, Mr. Steadman, with the ability to not stop the hooker. Took nothing from him, but they allowed him to run from the dummy half, and in fact it was the big fella, Michael Smith, that was going to him, and Wayne Bartram really should have got in a lot quicker. Left half the gap, and off he went.
Well, it's not over yet, not by a long chalk. 8 points of the gap, as I say. All Castleford need is the try, and they will have the wind at their backs. McCurry, though, and the use of the elbow. It was the use of the elbow by McCurry.
Well, it's not often you see that.
Well, it was right under the chin, to be fair.
I think it was in the chest first. Finished there, but well, that doesn't look too bad. I think he's a bit confused. According to the official, Mr. Kirkpatrick, I don't think he's too impressed either, Neil Kelly.
Well, here's the opportunity for Castleford to get back within a converted try, and the possession has all been Widnes's in this second half. They have the important try, and Bartram here with a very, very important kick. You mentioned Eaton's miss a few moments ago. All right, he got the penalty goal 5 minutes into the second half. But this to put Castleford within striking distance of the Vikings. He doesn't miss those. It's 20 points to 14. Nothing to choose between these two. It's so important to both sides.
It's amazing how the game can just spin around one way to the other. Penalty there from the big fella, Steve McCurry. And that miss from Barry Eaton. Just little things like that just give you a flicker of hope. Castleford really do have to ensure that their defence is a little bit tighter. They've lost their shape a little bit in attack as well.
Kyle Warren is on.
I have noticed, Eddie, that after the restart for the second half, they've been using Danny Orr either in at dummy half or way out wide outside the centres. So I still think there's a problem.
Sampson, good offload. Bartram, good run down the middle.
Oh, he's offloaded.
Stolen. No. Bartram appealing. He dropped it, is the version of the officials. And that's Ralph, a big collision between two Tigers. And Daniel Frame it was, not Ralph. My apologies. This is Dan Potter. And Potter, as Steve-O mentioned, the Castleford defence has to be solid. It's anything but that at the moment.
Yeah, Bartram definitely offloaded there. It was a gift for Stuart Spruce.
Here's Eaton. Ooh, bit high from Sampson.
Bit high there. Also from the second row, Lee Harlan.
Cantillon. Weston. A little gap opened up for Weston. He got it back to McCurry. Plenty of tackles in the bank here for the Vikings as McCurry plays it to Hughes. And Adam Hughes fancies himself to score a try, but halted by Barry John Mather and Dean Sampson. Cantillon, will he pinch another? No, he won't. Mills will.
Good play on that short blind side. Wonderful play by the hooker, offloaded to the big fella. He enjoyed that, but his father did.
And tell you someone else who did, you're right, in the stands. David's dad, Big Jim, will have enjoyed that as well, although I bet he has got something to say critically to his son later on. Certainly wasn't leading the cheers and the applause there, but the supporters are. The checkered flags are up for Widnes, and that could be a killer blow for the Tigers.
Well, I think more constructive advice, Eddie. And this is the incident where Bartram offloaded. Maybe on that second shot there may have been a little bit of a pull there from Spruth, but to me it looked as though the hooker was offloading. Oh, that's a beautiful play. Notice how he utilised McCurry. They all thought the big fella was going to get it. Cantelan right across the face. Straight to the youngster there. 21 years of age, David Mills.
And his first try on home soil. His second try was at Leeds, when he was also a substitute. And while you're watching that, and Danny Orr having a word with the touch judge about the stealing, or the alleged stealing as far as they are concerned, the referee and touch judge saw nothing wrong. And very soon after that ball came free, David Mills was over for the try. Now Eaton, can he convert this one? Yes, he can! 26-14, 2 converted tries.
Super work from the hooker, Cantelan. There you see McCurry, he's a big fella, and look at Barry John Mather, he thinks he's going to get it right across his chest. Oh, they were caught out there. Mitch Healy also just a little bit slow to pick it. This is the incident. Was it a steal or was he trying to offload? He was trying to offload. He lost control of the football. Most officials always say to the players that they're handling the ball, it's up to you to keep hold of it. And I thought that the action from his arms was it was about to offload. Obviously convinced the referee. That's all that counts.
Change for Castleford, change also for Widnes, and a huge boost for them. Steve Carter has come on. 21 minutes of the match remaining. Farrell bouncing out of another challenge. And let's go down to the side and join Phil.
Well, I've never spent much time with Neil Kelly, but it seems watching his side that he has the ability of getting the best out of his players, like Steve McCurry, giving a new lease of life since they come here. What I think he allows them to do is play the natural game, helps them and encourages them, and they've certainly lifted in the second half after his half-time talk.
Midfield bomb is out on the fall from Craig Weston.
He'll be disappointed with that, really. He didn't go for the... didn't have to have the option.
What a boost, though. Carter, he is back 3 weeks after having minor surgery on an ankle injury, which they believed could have been keeping him out for up to 6 to 8 weeks. And he's a quick healer, and this is an offside decision against Widnes.
Castleford want to get on with it, rightly so. 26-14. Never made any attempt to get back to 10. Look at that, there was 5 of them. Patrick, you can see we can hear him.
Well, 20 minutes remaining. Castleford need to score next. Rogers to Eager, and Eager is through Eaton. Eager gives it to Wayne Price. Price gets away from the first, can't get away from Eaton, but importantly came in field. And here now is Michael Smith.
Well, he's spinning and trying to take on the defence and then trying to offload, but really there's not much there hasn't been much support for the big fella. They've got to come late, trying to get the short pass.
Bartram trying to pinch one. Scrambling defence from Widnes. Quick play the ball. Haaland, it goes back to Orr. He looks right and finds Healy. And Healy goes wide. And there's a chance here. And they're in. And that is Andy Johnson. Important try for the Castleford Tigers by the man only just on, Andy Johnson. He was a substitute last week, but he didn't figure against Wakefield. He's come up with his 4th try of the campaign, and that could just be the lifeline the Tigers need.
Well, it was beautiful. 3-quarter play. They held off. They were caught there. Adam Hughes came out of the line and was left in no man's land. And that's the reason why it allowed the space. That was good play. Couldn't get back Hughes in time. That's a good try. First touch of the ball, I believe, for Andy Johnson. What a vital touch it was.
Former Wigan and Huddersfield man, Andy Johnson. 4th try of the year. Vital try. And the travelling Castleford support, they know how important that could be to their team. Now this kick from Wayne Bartrim is equally important. If he kicks this, it's 3 from 3. This, I venture to suggest, is maybe the most difficult he's had. If he kicks this, Castleford are back to within 1 converted try. Try and 4 goals against Widnes in March in defeat. Gives it a good thump. Hits the post and grazes its way over. 26-20. They won't go away, the Tigers.
Great conversion to match a wonderful pass in the build-up to this. There you see Hughes, he's been pulled out. Thought it was a dummy runner. That was the one that was defined by the cross, and there is Johnson. What a time to come up trumps. They dealt the cards good.
Well, 6 points the difference, 63 minutes gone, 17 remaining. It's up for the winning again, and boy, week after week, the stars of the Tetley Super League produce something special on Sky Sports. We get some fantastic entertainment from the athletes in this sport. They never, ever let us down, the players. And the coaches play their full part in that. We've had a long Jubilee weekend that finishes with this match here tonight. There's plenty more to come, believe me. Forward from Danny Orr.
Well, I mentioned the fact that the skipper playing well out wide outside the centres. Whether that's to protect him when it comes to defensive line or just trying to... Little doubt about the fact that it was forward. In fact, that Wayne Price had to lead forward to it. Gave it away.
Great atmosphere here at the Halton Stadium. There will be a fantastic atmosphere at Headingley on Friday. Sky Sports 1 at 7:30. Leeds against St Helens. And how about this for afters? Hull against Wigan from the Boulevard. We're on Sky Sports 3 on Saturday night from 6.
Surely safety first will be the message from Kelly to the players in the black and white. Take it easy, no silly mistakes. Keep possession, it is vital. They've controlled it up until this point.
Eaton to McCurry, he's having a wow of a game, is Steve McCurry. Cantillon scampers in a dummy half again. It's with Eaton. A lovely jink from Eaton and a very important tackle from Bartrim. Well, they're camped in centre field. And it's a drop goal attempt. Charge down. No, not charge down. Still on the last. Stuart Spruce puts the kick in. Claims he was taken out.
Did well, did John Wells there. They should have had him in the in-goal area. Not the best.
It wasn't a charge down. It was only a rebound. That's why the tackle count kept on running.
Well, there's nothing that Samson could do about it. Certainly didn't make a play for it. But at least they got the kick in, and it created confusion in this Castleford defence. As you can see, they can now, this Widnes side, keep the Tigers camped down in their own quarter.
The Vikings are 14.5 minutes away from their second home victory of the season. The ball has popped out. Widnes have the possession again with Potter. Eager has missed him, but Orr doesn't.
Bad mistake by Rainey.
Now then, Dimitriou pops the ball away to Carter, and Carter trundles it up the middle again.
Well, surely they'll go for the 1-pointer again. Just drive into those sticks.
Cantillon saw a hole up the middle.
He's done the right thing. Now they know wants it. Are they going to go early for it?
I think they'll try a couple more attempts with Weston. Pop back to McCurry.
What a game he's had. Created all sorts of problems. Every time he's got the football, he's run onto it at great speed.
Just delaying Castleford, allowing their defensive line to get set. This is Eaton. It goes wide to Carter. It goes further wide and is dropped by Dan Potter. Just a little shake of the head from the coach.
Well, they don't really need that, do they?
Well, the drop goal would have been very important for them, wouldn't it?
Well, of course.
It means that Castleford have to score twice. And they went for one in the last play, didn't they? The last set of 6.
All this season, they have utilised safety first, good work in the forwards, get themselves into a position and force the error, perhaps, and then try to get close and score the try. Not many long-distance tries have come to Widnes this season, and yet they try to be too fancy when they're 6 points in front.
Only the 5th handling error they've made tonight. Castleford, as you have seen, have made 10. That's a great hit from Troy Stone. Here's Dean Sampson.
Great run.
And a dogged tackle from Cantillon. Danny Orr. Michael Smith. Since we've mentioned the Kiwi connection, Smith has gone a little bit quiet, and it was forward.
Oh, he's not happy.
Bartrim shows dissent.
Yeah.
There's a huge scream of forward from the fans here on this side of the field.
Yeah, he had to lean forward. He couldn't bring the momentum rule because Smith was being hit backwards. Petulance there.
Well, it's a frustrating time for Castleford. They have so much talent on show, but the consistency is lacking, I'm afraid.
We spoke about the pressure, and that often affects the players.
Well, this will be a massive lift for Widnes if they hang on for the victory. There will be a cushion between themselves and the teams maybe down at the bottom of the table. And Carter has gone off in the blood bin. He's been replaced by Frayne. He's been given a bloody nose for his trouble getting back into the Widnes side early. Here is Troy Stone. Stands and offloads to Cantillon. Here is Barry Eaton. Now they're bang in front of the posts.
Will they go early? Don't wait till the last one.
McCurry. That is the last. Now then, Eaton is there. He's in position. Oh, they're going away from him to Spruce, and it's popped up back to Nathan Sykes.
Well, that's dumb football, and he knows it as a coach. What on earth are they trying to do? It doesn't matter how you get the 2 points to shove you up that table. Remember, if they win here tonight, Widnes, they go into the 6th spot. Who would have thought it before this season started?
Haaland, and a 40-20 attempt here, but also John Wells is after the kick downfield. Spruce does well though, just steps out of the challenge, comes back inside, and Spruce, he's like a 2-year-old. Great run.
Well, I would have said a 7-year-old, Eddie. I don't know if a 2-year-old could go that fast, but they bombed it yet again. What on earth are they trying to do?
This is Kyle Warren. Ball back on the inside, and they put the ball down now, Sampson.
Yeah, but they've got to force the pass. They know that time's ticking away, and they're behind.
He's going to play first knock on here. And it's going to be Castleford's head and feed. Or is it? Yes, it is.
Yep. Well, he's got away with it. Definitely a knock on. And then they try to force it, which they've got to play the panic football of Castleford. They're desperate for these 2 points.
Well, they get the possession from the scrum, and here is Eager. Trying everything they know, Castleford. They're straining their sinews to get near this Widnes line. Here is Price. Good defence. And it's with Bartrim now. Michael Smith. He offloads to Bartrim. Good hands to Danny Orr.
Good defence, it had to be as well. Full credit there to Barry Eaton, went low.
Darren Rogers. Mitch Healy. Andy Johnson.
Bad move, a 50-50 ball. Looked as though Johnson was trying to be the decoy.
Sampson to trundle it forward once again.
Now then, where's the big fella Smith?
He offloads to Bartrim. Oh! He's called the tackle held, I think. Carl Kirkpatrick.
And he can't believe it, Graham Stedman.
Well, the hands were free and he offloaded the ball.
He's still moving.
He's twisting and turning, and he's looking to offload.
Oh, that's play on, surely. That's a woeful decision by the official. He's still moving, look. Still moving. How on earth can you call it? The ball carrying arm does not hit the deck. You are kidding, he says.
Well, I hope they've got the oxygen for Graham Steadman, because... am I right in saying that Carl Kirkpatrick just put a scrum down? If he called the tackle held...
No, he gave a penalty.
He didn't. He put the scrum down. If he called the tackle held,
it should have been a penalty,
and Sampson offloaded, it's a penalty. He's put the scrum down.
Well, he's losing the plot.
And then he said he ruled it that he's called it too early. Well, that's no consolation for Castleford, I'll tell you that.
Well, it was critical. We were critical of him, the fact that the incident with Mills, when he went for the double movement, he was so close to it. He should have seen it.
Drop goal attempt here from Western.
It's wide.
And it runs dead. Well, they went early then, and they went from 40 yards.
Why?
Well, he's a hero or a villain, isn't he?
Well, this is dumb football, Eddie. I cannot believe the tactics. Neil Kelly must be furious on the sideline.
Let's get down to Phil. He's on the sideline too. What's Neil saying?
Well, he seems pretty calm at the moment. You talk about oxygen for Graham Steadman. I think they need oxygen for the Widnes fans. They've had their hearts broken so many times here this season in the big games. Decisions going against them. You just hope really for their sake that they can hang on. But Castleford, if they remain patient, they're going to get a couple more chances of winning this game, or certainly coming level. Just got to hang on to the ball. The chance will come.
Andy Johnson to his feet. Ryan Hudson was the dummy half. Here is Mitch Healy. He'll come left and find Danny Orr, who cuts in field. The ball bounces off the head. It's not off the head, it was off a hand. Back to 0 in the tackle count. So that is the 0 tackle. So Castleford have an opportunity here. Sampson driving it in. Hudson again at dummy half.
They've got to come up with something different.
Healy wide to Johnson. Good defence from Adam Hughes.
Now will they kick early?
Here is Healy. He's found Danny Orr. Misses out Michael Smith and finds Michael Eager. Good defence again. Terrific defence from Dan Potter, that. Rogers to Orr. Danny Orr. Oh, that looked forward to Sykes. No, play on. The referee took a glance at both his touch judges. This is Hudson. Hudson stabs the ball through. And spruces it.
Put his body on the line. Yeah, the fullback did ever so well then. There were knees and legs and all sorts going into the experienced fullback Stuart Spruce.
6 points the difference. 5.5 minutes to go. Widnes in possession with Julian O'Neill.
This is the incident, the offload.
It looked all right from that angle.
Well, it did.
Eaton lost it.
Oh, what a mistake.
0 tackle.
Big hit from Sampson.
Hudson to Haaland. With Carter round him, he gets the pass away. It loops into the arms of Kyle Warren.
They've got to try to keep it alive. They've got to run this Widnes defence right into the ground.
The blood bin reversed. They've got Carter back. This, though, is Healy. Great tackle, Carter.
Super stuff, wasn't it? Ooh, tried to milk it.
Hudson.
Had to get a penalty.
Hudson. Johnson. Johnson round the corner. On the bounce to Wells. Good tackling from Percival. Wales didn't like it.
Oh, he went at him.
Touch judges on the field, separating them two. Ball then comes left, and left further to Eager. They have the 2-on-1 overlap. Oh, Eager's dropped it.
Wayne Price picked it up, and
look at poor Graham Steadman. He is going through agonies on the side.
Who would be a coach? Yet again, good play.
I say he dropped it. He actually did get the foot to it, didn't he? He did.
Dan Potter, yeah, but it's on the whitewash.
No, Eager got the foot to it.
Yeah, I know, but the ball was on the whitewash.
Yes, it was. He hit the post, hit the corner post. And look at him. It's either a top 6 bid or a battle against relegation.
Well, you could see there in the close-up that his hair is still pretty dark. I'm not so sure that it'll stay that way with play like that. But Widnes and that guy knows that they've bombed so many golden opportunities. I mean, Western went for a 45-metre drop goal when they've ignored it on 3 occasions when they were right underneath the sticks. 3.5
minutes to go. Widnes in possession with Robert Relf. 40 metres away. They're on the last. They'll run it this time. Carter. Good kick. That leads up the clock.
He's been around too long, this fella, to know that just hitting it up in the forwards. Let's get out of here. Right into the corner. Take your time, fellas. Setting the scrum. Make sure, and he's telling them, come on, this defence has to be solid. Do not take a dummy.
Well, they believe, the supporters here, as you can tell from the orchestra, the noise and the din, that they are going to see their second home win of Super League 7.
And it's been a good effort. It looked as though they were going to be absolutely thrashed in the opening 20 minutes when Castleford raced away to a convincing lead. A controversial try, but either way, you've got to say that this Widnes outfit, they dig deep. It's not over though. Castleford, they've got great team spirit.
They have, and they've also
never thrown the towel in.
They've also got one draw to their credit this year already against London. That's a good offload by Michael Smith. This is Mitch Healy. That's a terrific tackle from Cantillon, who's had a big part to play in this match also. Haaland, he offloads. Sampson, Sykes.
Good defence again from Carter, making sure stops the legs.
Danny Orr, Jinks inside 2, Jinks inside 3, gives it to Mitch Healy. They've got men on the overlap. Warren!
Knock on from Warren.
No play on. He sent it back to 0.
I cannot believe it. He's having a nightmare, this guy.
Well, if Widnes lose this or lose a point...
That's a knock-on, definite.
He's saying that Widnes touched it, but if Widnes lose the... Oh, there it is. That's the escape clause. That's the escape clause. And Carl Kirkpatrick will be breathing a sigh of relief, but he won't.
Now then, he's got the ball.
He's saying Hughes touched it.
Nowhere near that football. And even though that the player went through...
Well, Graham Stedman deserves some luck.
He didn't get it there.
But he didn't get it there.
Rightly so.
A minute remaining.
Desperation from Kelly saying, I don't care who it is, don't pass it.
Eaton.
He knows it.
Haaland, that's silly. Use of the knees. And that's the game.
Frustration, isn't it? If you keep it cool while all around you is theirs, you come away with the prize. Frustration, but it has been a gutsy effort, though a little bit naive at times from Widnes, especially late in this game. They're still holding that 6-point lead.
20 seconds remaining, that's all. Widnes only need to take 2 or 3 tackles. O'Neill, he didn't release it. He's pinched it as Rodgers.
Good thinking.
Unbelievable. They've got to run it again. He's pinched it. Here goes Chris Percival. He's into it
anyway.
Game over. Widnes win for the second time in Super League 7. 26 points to 20. Another thriller here at the Halton Stadium. These supporters, their hearts are constantly in their mouths. Jim Mills has seen some great moments on this ground. This wasn't a classic, but boy, it had you biting your nails, and it kept you absolutely on the edge of your seats. And if you're a coach, well, you have to feel for the likes of Graham Stedman, but you have to say Neil Kelly's men came from the dead and won a hugely important and significant match for them. They are in the top 6 again. They've won at home, 26 points to 20, and the Tissot watch going to the man of the match will be taken home on the wrist tonight of Steve McCurry, and Steve McCurry is talking to Bill.
Steve, only the second home win of the season. There you go, there's your watch for man of the match. But I should imagine the points are a lot more precious at the moment.
Yeah, I think we made hard work for the 2 points tonight. We give Castleford a bit of a start. We got back in the end of the first half, but I think we fully deserved our win at the end.
When you're in this sort of situation where you haven't been winning at home, it must get nerve-wracking when it's that close.
That's right, Bill. It plays on your mind a little bit. We've been playing well away from home. but we haven't got the home wins, and today was a tough one, but we come away with it 2 at the end.
But it was nerve-wracking then at the end.
Well, when you haven't won at home, the nerves tend to play on your mind a little bit. It got to us near the end, but we got away with it at the end.
Well done, Steve.
Thanks, Bill.
Let's bring Neil Kelly in. Another nerve-wracking night for you. Then was the washing machine in overdrive this time.
Yeah, well, especially when we were trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory at the end there. So, yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but like a lot of people are making a lot of the fact that we haven't won that many at home, and we've had to battle really hard to get one.
And I think you said at half-time you're looking for a bit more commitment from your side. You definitely got that in the second half.
Yeah, I got commitment, and sometimes too much commitment, and I think we try too hard at times, and instead of killing the game off and doing the right thing, I actually think we try and put too much on when we've probably already got the game tied up.
Well, back up to 6th spot. I mean, the talk has been about the wins needed to avoid relegation, but you must be thinking about consolidating that 6th place.
Yeah, I think that's why today was such a big game for us, to get to 14 points. We have a big match on Sunday coming up, but to get to 14 points, I think we're a significant milestone for ourselves, and hopefully we can kick on from this.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks very much.
I'll just say hello to my wife and kids who are on holiday in Spain at the moment, so I just had to say that to them.
Well done, Neil.